Motoring groups have condemned the idea of allowing drivers to use the hard shoulder as an extra lane on a stretch of the M25. The proposal from the Highways Agency is part of a £130 million scheme to help ease congestion. But the Association of British Drivers has called it an accident waiting to happen. Here's Mike Pearce.
100 miles of hard shoulder will soon disappear on our motorways as a quick fix to ease congestion. But the move is at the centre of a major safety row. And motorists we found broken down today were far from impressed.
If you've broken down like this and you've got nowhere to go, I feel it's going to cause a lot of problems because there's going to be people stopping in the running lane. So.
And how frightening is it being up there for you and the kids?
It's rubbish, especially on a day like today with it so cold.
At least with a hard shoulder, you've got somewhere relatively safe to get out of the car and get yourself to safety. Without a hard shoulder, you're at high risk.
Under the scheme, there'll be safety refuges every 2.5 kilometres. But police and rescue organisations say that's many fewer than on a trial scheme on the M42 in the West Midlands, where there's a refuge every 800 metres. They say signage and lighting will be poor and drivers will be at risk.
They're talking about only having lay-bys or safe havens every 2.5 kilometres. Our concern is what happens to those drivers who break down in between the safe havens. It puts them at risk, and also it puts those people who have to recover them at risk.
Work is just about to start on the M25 between junctions 5 and 7. To allow for it, the hard shoulder is already being used. To add to the concern, it's here a driver died when his car broke down 2 weeks ago and was hit by a lorry. We can also reveal motoring groups may not attend some breakdowns.
If it's a running lane, the AA won't be allowed to go out and rescue them, so it will be the police or the Highways Agency who have to remove them to a safe haven, and then the AA will come in to help them.
Today we put the criticisms to the Highways Agency, who insist the scheme is safe.
I'm saying that the M42, there's an over-provision of technology and it was a well-proven scheme, and we're just learning from the experience of running that managed motorway, where, as I said,
Surely it's better to have an over-provision rather than an under-provision.
Well, it's all about affordability, really. As I'm saying, the M42 proved very successful.
Meanwhile, police and motoring groups say they'll now take their case to the government. Mike Pearce, ITV News on the M25.
Today sees the start